We're going to get used to using this thing. I don't even know what angle to sit in. But here we go again. We haven't been on YouTube for a while, at least in this format. I'm Bob Maguire, and we intended for a couple of years now to keep talking to you, the public, about what's going on in our lives. And what triggered this appearance today is simply that we're a bit exposed, because we had a sponsor for this place where we're broadcasting from. It's an office in Albert Park, which is in Melbourne, which is in Australia, and we had a nice trade union who was paying the rent, and the rent's considerable, Australian dollars, $60,000 a year. Anyway, it gives us several offices, but it also gave me a little place down the end of the corridor where I could live, because I was extradited from my parish about 2 years ago, not for immorality or illegality, but simply because the style that we were employing in that parish didn't conform to what the church management at the time thought was a fairer reflection of Catholicism. And unfortunately, before the Pope was elected, Francis, whose style itself is far more outgoing than ours was, before he came on the scene, of course, time was up, and I had to leave just around the corner and come down here. Thank God the trade union said, "We will rescue you and you can stay in the area," because I wanted to stay in the area because we hadn't finished the job we started up at the church. Now, the church up there, not just for going to church, but also it was meant to be a centre and a hub for social awareness and activism. So the neighbourhood people from the high-rise flats, the estates, came up to the parish to eat and to be welcomed as associates, not just as clients. So we did that for a few years. When we were moved out of the place, it continued, of course, but I mean, it wasn't us doing it. And our style was a bit inclined to be more inclusive than others could be reasonably expected to be able to provide. Anyway, we've continued as much as we can, not with feeding people on the premises, because that's not suitable, appropriate in this place, but we still continue to send out vans to various parts of the neighbourhood to feed people several nights a week. It's hard down there because we have no place to park vehicles, which we did in the other place, but now we've got a second premises, and the second premises provides the opportunities to park vans. So there we had a break in the transmission, and I'm saying our second premises has got room to park vans, and our second premises has got a kitchen, and our second premises has got storage facilities, and especially for refrigeration. So we're blessed, and that rent is being paid by another sponsor, and it's pretty safe. That this rent, which is pretty high, I only just found out today, and I've got about 2 months, I think, to try to find somebody else who can do it. Now, because I'm on Twitter, one of my comrades, Bill Jennings, has said on Twitter, I've got 100,000 followers or something. I don't think it's like Jesus, you got 100,000 followers, not those kind of followers, but just Twitter-style followers. He said, well, if 6,000 of the Twitterers paid $10 Australian each, we'd end up with the rent for a year, which is $60,000. It's a lot of money. But I'm simply saying I believe it to be worth it, because we can generate out of here funds to keep kids going to secondary school, college, funds to keep people being fed from these vans, funds for all kinds of unexpected and urgent reasons, you know, like people who need to be moved from one premises to another because they're in danger or something. So those urgent and confidential and flexible funding. So we can We've been good at that over about 30 years of getting enough money in to be able to cover the needs that we've been confronted with. We've never had anything over. And in this instance, I'm simply thinking, well, I better tell you, the universe, about the predicament and see what we can, if you'd be kind enough, take it on board. Even if you can't afford $1, you can maybe dream up something like a possible campaign or something, so that we don't have to spend more time worrying about ourselves than worrying about our associates. So that's why I'm on today. I mean, it's a bit of a mean reason for popping up, but I like talking to the universe, and I believe that's what YouTube is all about. There's ways and means of helping out, but even an idea or two or three would be good enough. But long as I've got it off my chest. I've told a few people today on Twitter, you know, if there's anybody out there who can work out how to get 10 of their mates together who've got money, well then it leaves 10 people at 6,000, that kind of thing. But anyway, I'll give it a fling now, and I might be back later to talk to you about this and about other matters, because there's lots of serious things going on around. And I'm not talking to you because I want to depress you. I'm simply talking to you because I believe that if we stick together, we'll be able to solve, if not all, well, most of these social problems. So thanks for listening. You can go to my email address if you want to send a question or a statement or whatever. info@fatherbobsfoundation.com.au. Father Bob's Foundation, no apostrophe, .com.au. Anyhow, thanks for listening, and we'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when.